Afternoon everyone, this is Adam Green from Green Auto Services Mobile Tyre Care. Now, although initially we just do tyres, as an MOT tester and a full-time technician, I do get my fair share of repairs, especially when it comes to MOT failures. This car that I have with me as of last week failed the MOT on quite a few items. However, one item in particular was that the washer pump wasn't working and therefore didn't supply enough washer fluid to the windscreen to be able to clear it effectively. Especially this time of year, January, winter, where all the roads are dirty, you need that windscreen cleared constantly. So as a failure, we are going to quickly diagnose, which I've actually already done, and just show you where the location of this washer pump is and how to install it. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. On this Mercedes SLK, this is actually the offside front, so the driver's front wheel arch. So I've taken the wheel off, and what you need to do is I'll just spin you around. Once you've taken the wheel off, you will then have to remove this lovely wheel arch liner, which just sits in there. There's a couple of 10mm plastic nuts and a couple of lugs just under here to allow you to remove it, but that will give you access to the washer bottle. Now, the washer bottle is sat quite snugly up in the wing there. Now, this is actually the new pump. What I did previously, on the connections at the top here, you'll have a feed, battery voltage, and then an earth. Now, that will only have a voltage reading when the actual stalk back up in the car is activated or pressed in. So I had 12 volts on the feed and I had a good earth, and I actually took the old pump out and bench tested it. So I gave it its own power supply and earth, and nothing happened. Now, I have already tested this up in the car, push the stalk. You can actually hear it activating, so now I'm going to install it. I'll just show you the old one quickly. So that is the old pump that came out, and it's pretty dirty, messed up. The pins look okay, but there is an internal fault with this pump, which is why I've replaced it. So I've already clipped the plug into the pump itself, and all you literally need to do is just pop it back into the hole, which is just located in there. Now, do be careful. There is actually a little rubber bung, which I will grab here. Actually, let's just grab that out. There we are. So this is a small rubber seal. This is effectively where the end of the spindle will go into to make sure that no water leaks out when that is pushed in there. The only other thing to make a note of is that on a lot of cars, it is common to have a filter on the end of this. It just filters out any dirt or grime to go through the pipes. Make sure that filter is nice and clear. A lot of very common faults is mixing wrong fluids in the washer bottle, putting fairy liquid in, or just any old random household stuff that you think is going to clear the windscreen. Over time, it will amalgamate, it will start to go gel-like, and it will just clog everything up. So in fact, you may hear the pump working, but no washer fluid coming out. That will probably suggest that the pump's okay. You've actually got a blockage in the actual filter, which will be located where the pump actually goes into the washer bottle. So just making sure that's nice and clean. We're going to pop that back in there, put the pump back in, secure it all up, and job done. Okay, here we go. So we've got the new washer pump installed. So as you can see there, that is the new washer pump. I've just fed it over the top of this plastic retaining bracket and carefully allowed the spindle to go in between that rubber seal. There is a little bit of resistance, so you may just want to twist it as you're pushing it down. But once that is nice and flush with the seal and the bottom of the washer bottle, you'll be absolutely fine. This pipe, which was originally disconnected, that's the feed up to the windscreen. That will just pull off, and with a bit of a push, that will just clip back on into place. Once you hear that clip, you know it's nice and on there secure. So now what we do is head up to the bonnet, open her up, fill up the washer bowl, and test the new pump. Okay, so in the engine bay here, to the left-hand side as we're looking at it, or the driver's front, or the offside front in this case, the washer bottle is just in the corner here. You can always tell what the washer bottle is, because normally on the top you'll have a shape of a windscreen and a couple of jets going off to both sides there. Normally a blue top, can be a yellow top, or a different colour for that matter, but this is where it's specifically located on this particular vehicle. So let's get it filled up. Okay, there we are. So that is, well, it's got plenty in there. It's not quite fill up. You can fill it up all the way to the top of the spout. In this respect, I've just used some normal screen wash from our supplier. You can get it from any local hardware store. They're very, very common to get a hold of, or even petrol stations. They normally have them outside. Just be careful. Some of them are concentrate, so you do have to dilute what's in there. The others are pre-mixed, ready to go, and you can just put it straight in there. Okay, so now we are back in the vehicle. So a moment ago, I've literally just topped up the washer fluid bottle. Now there is a thing to note. Now bearing in mind that we are replacing the water pump, I am 99% sure this is going to be absolutely fine. However, bear in mind, if you are installing a new pump, you can even just get away with putting a little bit of screen fluid, or even just pure water in there, purely for the test only. You don't want to be filling that back up all the way to the top to then find out that actually the pump's not at fault, it's something else, and for whatever reason you may have to take it out, because then you'll just lose a whole load of whatever you've just put in there, and it will just be a waste of money. But anyway, I'm confident this is going to work. We are now back in the vehicle. One thing to note as well, with quite a lot of vehicles, especially the VAG groups, so like VW, Audi, Seat, Skoda, a lot of their systems, when it comes to the wipers and washers and things, will not work if the bonnet is open. So make sure the bonnet's closed. This Mercedes is no exception. The system won't work if the bonnet is up. So I've already closed that. So I'm going to spin you around, get it all turned on, and see if it works. So on these Mercedes, you've got the wiper stalk, which you turn for different speeds. But to actually do the washers, you actually push it in from the end. And there we go. Excellent. That is a fix, and more importantly, an MOT pass. And there we have it. It's as simple as that. Definitely something you can do at home. One new washer pump installed, and we've restored fluid back to the windscreen, and from here onwards I can go ahead and do an MOT retest and get this vehicle passed. Now on that note, if you've enjoyed what you've watched and you've even learned a little something, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and drop us a like. On that note, I am Adam from Green Auto Services. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.